welcome back. So we want to take this time, we've been really paying honor and, clapping, applause to those who have been on the front line, really doing their best to serve us during this time. And one of the leaders in our society, one of those individuals who have been a great support to those that she serves would be this young lady right here.
Oh, God have mercy on humanity. We are a global pandemic. Careful of corona disease, cause it's a tick like. Please, my people, beg you, please, no better be wise. Yes. Careful of corona disease, protect your life. Please, my people, beg you, please, no better be wise. COVID-19 is a dangerous virus, so harmful and contagious. Originated in China, now it's spreading all over like wildfire. Every crevice, every corner. Careful of corona disease, cause it's a tick like. Please, my people, beg you to please, no better be wise. The whole world is under quarantine, pandemic scene. Practice personal hygiene and keep your surroundings clean. Careful how you meet and drink. All the meat out there on the street, and store up some food to eat. Calories are just don't have no sweet. Careful of corona disease, cause it's a tick like. Please, my people, beg you to please, so no better be wise. Lord, careful of corona disease, protect your life. Please, my people, beg you to please, so no better be wise.
We make it clap. We make it clap. Make it clap.
That corona clap.
We make it clap.
That corona clap.
We make it clap.
Wash your hands.
That corona clap.
I would like to say thank you to our doctors and our nurses that are out there working for us. I'd like to say thank you to the police and to the army that are taking care of our population. Thank you to our mayor in the Chigonas area, Van Mohammed, you're doing an excellent job. Thank you to all the sanitation workers, to our workers that are out working for us.
We make it clap.
That corona clap.
It's a bad situation. It's a sad situation. It's a bad situation. Now the world need a helping hand. All over the world, the open shutdown. Airports, everything locked down. No fans can come in at the stadiums. Pandemic can cancel the whole fun. One time they said Ebola, now they come back with Corona. They think seem worse than cancer. Doctor them don't have no answers.
Burgesses of Chaguanas and citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, our usual daily routine have been stranded due to this world pandemic threatening every life on earth at this point. We have been receiving warnings almost every minute of the day on how important hygiene and self-security is to all of us. This untimely pandemic is causing the least expected. Every death case is hurting the global population. At this moment, we must do what's required and not what we are accustomed to, with the belief that we will be spared. Stay at home, wash your hands, speak less, do not congregate, be clean. We are out doing what's necessary, so you do what's required. Together, we shall rejoice over this battle. Stay safe, and we love you.
And joining us on the line at this time, we have the mayor of Shogona, Her Worship, Mr. Vandana Mohit. Vandana, a pleasant good afternoon to you. How are you doing today?
A pleasant good afternoon to you as well, Sheldon. I am fine.
And I've been observing the response to COVID-19 by various entities, and I must say I'm not surprised. You've always been one that hit the ground running, and they say out of every great test comes a great testimony, and I'm sure that the Burgesses, of course, in Chagonas would say that a great testimony will come out of what has been done over the past few weeks in your borough. How do you, this would be like your first major test since becoming mayor. How has it been for you thus far?
It has been good thus far. I must say it's something that it's a hectic baptism into this office. Nevertheless, it's a world pandemic right now. We've had days by which we have to make decisions continuously just in the interest of our Burgesses. So we are trying our best as a team, discussing as much as we can and implementing as fast as we can. So it's a bit of excitement. It's a good test to see your ability in the job. But nevertheless, it's also very tiring. But we are managing thus far.
No, I've been saying time and time again to several individuals that this is a season of reconnecting and restoring. I mean, we're looking at all the doom and gloom surrounding COVID-19, but it's a time for us to reconnect and restore with our loved ones. Do you see this as well as time to reconnect and restore, the people of Chagonas and, bring some healing as well in there? Because again, what we're seeing here would be people coming together in situations that you may not have seen before. Do you agree?
Yes, of course, and those persons who are usually very busy on a daily basis and have not much time to speak to their families or friends. You see a lot of that taking place now. It's kind of like a reality check for some persons. I must say that I've been, I haven't seen the kitchen for a while prior to COVID-19, but it's bringing back some cooking skills and some cleaning skills as well, yeah?
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's the first meal you had to cook?
I cooked fried rice, baked fish, baked chicken, boiled corn, and potatoes.
Papa.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so accustomed to the business face chicken, so I keep saying that, But yes, baked chicken.
Papa, hold back my hunger. Right, so now let's go to the actual task at hand that you had prior, and of course I'm sure to come. What challenges did you experience? I know you had done a lot of work in the market. Let's talk about that for a little while. We have some pictures as well about the market. Tell us, what some of the challenges you all had in getting the market ready in such a short space of time.
Our major challenge would have been, the acceptance of change in terms of what persons were accustomed to for numerous years. It had to change in a very, very short space of time.
For example, give us a quick example, like what?
Major example is the selling of on the aisles and entrances where people are accustomed to.
Okay.
The sense of comfort they would have developed in spaces and, where they gain their most business out of those spaces as well. The acceptance of change within a short space of time. But nevertheless, we've had our implementation, carried on smoothly. And vendors are selling. Customers are now in a better frame of mind when they are shopping in terms of their space and, social distancing and all of that.
And
as
they
being
would have
announced by the government.
and they would have adhered to social distancing. Were there any challenges in some people actually adhering to the or did you have to police them, as we saw this morning at FCB? We saw people had to be policed into doing the right thing. Has this been a problem in Chaguanas, or people have been adhering to the rules?
The first week we had some challenges, I must say, but following that, we've had adherence to our rules in terms of social distancing, the number of persons allowed. Now, our market is pretty big, so you can allow more than 5 persons, at a time.
Okay.
So persons have been adhering to all of our rules because we have been trying our best to educate our general public as much as we can. Yes?
And the business community, how have they been, dealing with all of this in terms of?
Well, I must say, the business community is supporting us in every way possible.
Right.
And they are, all of our decisions and so on, we are working with our business community based on their advice, based on how they think it should work, as well as our rules and what we are following in terms of guidelines with the Ministry of Health. So we are working cohesively together during this pandemic. During the course of this week, Sheldon, we'll be, engaging in some further sanitization in terms of the business district of Chaguanas. We've been sanitizing the streets of Chaguanas, the transportation hubs within Chaguanas, but this week we noticed over the last couple of days that the Nasalu Ramaya as well as the Price Plaza area would be an area being utilized heavily, not only by burgesses of Chaguanas, but by persons outside of Chaguanas, due to the fact that it's such a convenience to shop in terms of the supermarkets and whatnot. So we are engaging some private entities who have come forward to do charitable work, to engage in some serious sanitation work within that particular area.
And I saw you've been
heavy influx of persons on a daily basis there.
I also saw that you've been giving out some hampers as well. That is continuing as well?
Of course, once we have the continued support of our business community and, donors outside of the business community, we've had young doctors, despite their hectic schedules, they are bringing foodstuffs, to give to families because they really want persons to stay indoors, and at the same time, they have the basic needs while they are indoors and they are not, going through any forms of separation in terms of their needs. So we are trying our best to give as many food hampers as we can because, as you know, councillors at this point would not have access to food cards, but rather food support in terms of hampers coming through the DMU with listings being forwarded by the Ministry of Social Development. So thereafter, they would give out those. But we, apart from that, we are working with our entities to see how best we can assist families at this point.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I know that Central in particular have a lot of entrepreneurs that would have been affected by what happened and of course would be depending on these various grants. So it's grateful that you all are a bridge in the midst of the government doing their part. You are still a very vital bridge in getting stuff to them. I want to quickly wrap up and bring us some kind of very current. We may not be able to share a very comprehensive on this, but I'm sure something you're paying attention to, and that will be close of schools until possibly September. And a lot of people now are wondering, okay, what do you know? So in terms of, have you given it any thought in terms of meeting with any stakeholders to probably assist parents or teachers in any way in terms of addressing this situation or being some sort of support? I don't know if it's something that crossed your mind as yet.
It did cross my mind. Before we engage programs, we have to do a little bit of research.
Of course.
Just today, that press conference would have taken place. So we are in some discussions right now as it stands, but we still have to manage COVID as per se. So we are in discussions pertaining to the students because this is of great concern to us. These kids being out of school possibly until December. You are looking at all different sorts of aspects surrounding this, what we would now deem as a problem because they are basically missing school apart from having needs as well. So we are looking at all the different aspects surrounding that. I would have some discussion with our schools as well as volunteers, and we'll see how best we can set up systems to assist these persons.
Banana, always indeed a pleasure, and again, once again, really proud of the work that you're doing in the borough of Chaguanas. We will keep in touch and let us know how things are going moving forward.
Thank you so very much. You keep safe.
You too, you and your family. God bless you.